This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The government secondary school's best of 3 basketball championships continuing yesterday at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Julian Gibson was courtside.
Benson, my good friend, Bummer George, looking good. Well, Doris Johnson senior boys didn't look good to start the ball game. In fact, they struggled for 3 quarters, but in the 4th quarter, the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins would step up to the plate and win the senior boys championship, beating C.I. Gibson 54-51.
We just tried to execute on D and execute on offense on all the plays Coach Bowles showed us.
It's been a long year for us. You know, we have a bunch of new players, but they stuck to it the whole year. They're very disappointed. They should be, because down the stretch, execution, we didn't execute it down the stretch. Our plays, missed too much layups and free shot down the stretch. That was the outcome of the ball game.
Now in the senior girls championship game, call a friend, call a family member, call anybody, because this one also belonged to the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins. They captured the senior girls championship 32-29 over the C.R. Walker Knights.
They come up with a lot of defense, not a high intensity, but we managed to come up. But the win, it wasn't a pretty one, but we managed to come up with the win.
My teammates were on my back all season about hiding from the ball and not wanting to play the game that I love, and I'm really happy with my performance today.
We just had to move the ball, do that coach say, be humble, and we come up with the victory.
I think it's about time somebody else win championship. So all I gotta say is thank God for the win.
It makes me feel even more hungry to come back next year to get these girls ready to do this again.
Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win some. This time we just gotta take our loss and go with it.
Now in the junior boys championship game, D.W. Davis Royals jumped all over C.H. Reeves. The final score, 48-33 to capture the junior boys championship.
Feel good, you know, we always listen to our coach. Defense wins the game. Our coach, he just keep pushing us, and I thank God for the win.
We had a team meeting and we talked things over and we said, now guys, we are 16-0. We can't let C.H. Reeves stop our undefeated season, because from the beginning we planned to go undefeated, and now we're 7-0 undefeated. Thank God for that.
A lot of them are grade 7, grade 8. We get about 4 or 5 boys in grade 9 who are leaving, so their chances to come again next year. So they have nothing to hang their head about.
Now in the junior girls championship, H.O. Nash looking to sweep aside S.C. McPherson. No sir, not to be. Nash would lose game 2, 24-18.
We do or die right now, and as a lot of teams come out here, do or die. And he did it.
SC came out, they were ready to play. They were clearly the better team.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Now that third and final junior girls game was played today. H.O. Nash won the championship by the narrowest of margins, beating SC 23-22. Still talking hoops, the inaugural National High School Basketball Championships will take place next month in Grand Bahama, and President of the Bahamas Basketball Federation, Charlie Softly Robbins, expects some stiff competition.
I got an opportunity to watch 4 games while I was here, 4 of the top teams. And man, it was good. Mario, my good friend, he told me that he had the best team in Nassau. I almost watched him cry, but he told me he didn't cry. But that's good for the sport. In Grand Bahama, you know, we have teams that, like Jack Haywood, didn't win any game, you know. They know that they was going to afford. They didn't afford. Who didn't want to play Jack Haywood? Jack Haywood played against the top team. Now the Jack Haywood run them straight to the wire. So this is going to be good. You know, this is going to be some of the best high school basketball that we've seen in a long time.
Sacs Big Red Machine and the Queens College Comets neck and neck after 2 days of competition at the BAISS private school track and field meet. QC currently leads the way with 786 points. SAC is 25 points behind with 761, and so it all comes down to tomorrow's final session.
It isn't finished until it's finished. So we know SAC is going to try to come back there. They have great coaches. They have a strong team. We know that if we make any mistakes, they're going to come back on us. So we have to execute the whole meet. That team that I had last year had a lot of heart, and this team has the same heart that last year had. So I know it should be good. We should win it if they continue doing what they got to do.
We're in here to do nothing else but to win. So it's going to the wire. We're going to fight, and at the end of the day, when we walk out of the stadium, we can walk with our heads held high, knowing that, you know, we were giving it our best shot.
Continuing with track and field news, the Bahamas has a rich tradition in the men's high jump, and based on performances so far this year, it's going to be a fight to the finish to see who will represent the 242 at the Rio Olympics.
You know, we got 3 high jumpers, and then you have the Chris Brown becoming, and you see those 3 high jumpers again in the competition. So as the year goes on, you have to jump high. If you don't jump high, you won't make the team. So that's because of the quality of high jumpers we have, it can be rough.
A number of Bahamians are expected to compete in the inaugural Atlanta Relays, which take place in May. Former World Championship silver medalist in the men's decathlon, Maurice Smith, is one of the organizers.
The whole idea about the Atlanta Georgia Relays came from our non-profit organization, the Atlanta Spartans in Atlanta, and I'm one of the main coaches on the track club along with 2 of my other colleagues, Sheldon Smith, Keith Murray, and Coach Smiley as well. So we really want to do this meet not just to make funds, but to give back to the community. You know, my talent paid for my college education. You know, I got a scholarship from Jamaica to go to a junior college in Arizona, and then from there to Auburn University. So we really want to do this meet to provide opportunities for young athletes to get scouted by a college coach, you know, get endorsement deals, because we do have open events. You know, our meet is sanctioned by USA Track and Field, so we can invite track clubs and schools. So it will provide opportunity for everyone that's coming. We have the masters level. You know, we're starting at ages 8 and under, up to the masters level. So everyone is invited to our meet.
The New Providence Volleyball Association's Best of 5 Men's Championship back on court last night at the Donald Davis Gym. Down 2-1 to the pennant-winning National Fence Intruders, the Scotiabank defenders were in a must-win, and they played like it early on, taking the first 2 sets. The Intruders wouldn't go away, though. They come back, take the next 2 sets, forcing a 5th and decisive set. In that final set, the defenders would blow a 5-point lead, but in the end, they would do just enough to stay alive. Set scores were 25-20, 28-26, 18-25, 15-25, and 15-13.
It was hard fought, but we won the first 2 sets. The 3rd and 4th sets, we kind of slacked a bit. You know, we lost a little focus. But in the 5th set, we came out victorious because we stuck to our guns. We stuck with the plan, and, you know, we did our thing.
Now, there were only 3 men's teams in the NPVA this season, and Coach Jason Saunders tries to bring some clarity as to why the number was so small.
A part of our problem in Night League has to do with our success at the junior level, where we have had a number of our young persons receive scholarships to play volleyball in U.S. colleges and indeed in Canada as well. And so that has been, what do you call it, catch-22 for us, where, you know, we want them to go off to school. They are going off to school, so hopefully within the next 4 or 5 years, when they begin to come back home, then you'll see a growth in the number of teams that participate in our night leagues.
The Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committee's Sports for Life Symposium got underway today at the Breezes Resort. Our Charles Fisher was there.
A cross-section of sports federations and leaders all gathered to get knowledge on long-term athlete development and physical literacy. Canadian Richard Way in town to conduct the 2-day course.
Sport for Life is really a concept around long-term athlete development and developing physical literacy that really looks to harness the power of sport to impact education, health, as well as develop athletes to represent countries. Each sport would look at the 7-stage athlete development model and then design it using the guideline of the long-term athlete development model. They then would design it based on their specific sporting needs.
This is the first in a 5-country stop for weight. The course being hosted by the Bahamas Olympic Committee, all to strengthen the power of sports in the Bahamas.
Right now, we have a lot of young athletes coming up, and we want to give our coaches and various presidents of various federations the knowledge on how it is to groom an athlete on a long-term basis, how to prolong his athletic career.
Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committee Sports for Life Symposium wraps up on Friday. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned, there's more to come after the break.